Okay, let's get into your reading, Aries. Okay, attention. There's a deep emotional message appearing in this reading from an older maternal figure energy. The cards are asking you to slow down and truly hear this. Your grandma on your mom's side is begging you with tears in her eyes to listen. Listen carefully. Please put everything aside now. Take a breath and just listen. I didn't come to you today by chance. I am the one standing over your shoulder, the one whose blood flows in your veins on your mother's side, your grandmother. And I want to pause before she goes on, okay, just to say something about who's speaking here. This is the energy of a maternal line grandmother, the mothers behind your mother, the women whose strength you carry, whether you ever met them or not. And when that energy comes through this strongly, it's usually because there's something she has been waiting a long time to be able to say to you. I look at you from eternity, and today my heart is filled with such love and excitement that I could no longer remain silent. I beg you, hear me, because what I see in your future and what is happening in your soul now are two different pictures. And I am here to help you connect them. You often feel lonely, even when people are around. You feel like you carry the weight of the whole world on your fragile shoulders, and no one truly understands how scared or burdened you are. I see your tears at night when no one is looking. I see how you doubt yourself, how you ask fate, why and when will it get easier? And I want to sit here for a moment, okay, because that line about crying at night when no one is looking is the one that tends to land the hardest. Because that's the private grief, the one you don't show anyone, the one you carry alone behind the face you put on for the world. And what she's telling you, okay, is that it was never as unseen as you thought. Someone was always watching those nights. Someone who loved you was there in the dark with you, and the loneliness you felt was never the whole truth of your situation, even when it felt like it was. And I want to say something about that particular loneliness, okay? The kind you feel in a room full of people because it's a specific and painful one. It's not the loneliness of being physically alone. It's the loneliness of being unseen, of being surrounded and still feeling like no one actually knows what you're carrying underneath. And that kind of loneliness, okay, often comes from being the strong one, from being the person everyone leans on, the one who holds it together, the one nobody worries about because you always seem fine. And so you learn to smile, to reassure, to carry it privately. And the more capable you look on the outside, the more invisible your struggle becomes. But your grandmother is telling you, okay, that from where she sits, you were never invisible. The mask you wore for everyone else never fooled her for a second. She saw straight through to the tired, frightened, tender person underneath. And she loved that person most of all. My dear, I cry with you. But these are not tears of grief. These are tears of trepidation, because you stand on the threshold of such great changes that you can't even dream of. I want you to know everything you've been through, every cold day, every disappointment, every betrayal was just preparation. And I want to hold that word for you, okay? Preparation. Because it completely changes the meaning of your pain. It's saying the hard things weren't random. They weren't punishment. They weren't proof that life is against you. They were the forging, the shaping, the making ready of the person you needed to become, to hold what's coming next. You are the most precious treasure of our family. You contain all the strength of your ancestors, all our resilience, and all our unspent tenderness. And I want you to really feel that phrase, okay? Unspent tenderness. Because it means the love the women before you didn't get to fully give in their own hard lives didn't disappear. It got passed down. It lives in you now, all of it. all that saved up gentleness waiting for a life soft enough to finally pour it into. And I want to go one layer deeper on this preparation idea, okay? Because there's a version of it that's just a comforting phrase, and there's a version that's genuinely true, and she means the true one. Think about what hardship actually builds in a person, okay? The cold days taught you to survive without much warmth, which means you know how to stand on your own. The disappointments taught you not to collapse when something falls through, which means you're resilient in a way softer lives never have to be. The betrayals taught you to read people, to sense who's safe, which is a wisdom you paid dearly for, but genuinely now possess. So when she says it was all preparation, okay, she doesn't mean the pain was good, or that you deserved it, or that it was worth it in some cold arithmetic. She means none of it was wasted. Every hard thing deposited something in you, some strength, some depth, some capacity that the beautiful part of your life is going to require you to have. And now I am here to tell you, difficult times are ending. The darkness is lifting, and I can already see the first rays of your personal dawn. Look at your life through my eyes. I see the invisible wheels of fortune turning around you. What once seemed like closed doors are now turning into open gates. And I want to name how that feels from where you're standing, okay? Because you may not see the gates yet from your side. It might still look like closed doors. But she's telling you she can see from a vantage point you can't, from eternity, from above the whole map. And from up there, the doors are already swinging open, even if the good news hasn't reached your side of them yet. You've been knocking on the void for so long, but now the universe itself is taking a step toward you. A period of incredible clarity is dawning in your life. You'll suddenly understand why everything happened the way it did. You'll see that the losses you mourned were actually making room for something truly yours. And that's one of the greatest gifts a hard season can eventually give, okay? The moment it finally makes sense. Right now, you're still in the part where it just hurts, where the losses feel like pure loss. But she's promising a clarity is coming, a moment where you look back and see the shape of it, where the thing you grieved turns out to have been the door closing that pushed you toward the one meant for you. I see the energy of creation entering your space. If you felt stagnation, if it feels like you're going in circles, forget it. Right now, circumstances are shaping up behind you that will bring you long-awaited recognition at work, in your business, in your creativity. You'll experience an unprecedented upswing. You'll be noticed. You'll be appreciated. You'll receive an offer that will make your heart beat faster. This won't be a coincidence. It will be a reward for your patience and your kind heart, which despite everything hasn't hardened. And I want to sit with the specific promise she's making about your work, okay? Because it's very particular. She's not just saying good things generally. She's saying recognition, being noticed, being appreciated, an offer that makes your heart beat faster. And recognition is a specific hunger, okay? Especially for someone who's worked hard in the dark for a long time. There's a particular ache in pouring yourself into something and feeling like no one sees it, like your effort disappears into a void, like you could vanish and it wouldn't be noticed. And she's telling you that void is about to answer back, okay? The work you've been doing without applause has been seen by more people than you realize, and it's about to be named out loud, rewarded, pursued. The recognition you've quietly longed for isn't vanity. It's a legitimate need to be valued, and it's finally being met. And I want to stop on that, okay? Because it's one of the most quietly heroic things about you. Your heart hasn't hardened after everything. All the cold days, all the betrayals, you could have gone bitter. You had every reason to. Plenty of people do. with far less cause than you've had. And you didn't, okay? You stayed soft. You stayed kind. And your grandmother is telling you that softness isn't the thing that made you vulnerable. It's the thing that's about to be rewarded. But the most important thing I want to whisper to you is your soul and your love. I see your heart beginning to thaw. If you've been wounded, if you've locked away your tenderness so as not to feel any more pain, it's time to open up. Someone is coming to you, or a deep breakthrough in your existing relationship will occur that will make you feel like a little protected girl again. You no longer need to be a warrior. You no longer need to defend yourself from the world. I beg you, allow yourself to be weak. Allow yourself to be cared for. You deserve to be carried in arms. And I want to speak so gently to this part, okay? Because for someone who's had to be strong for a long time, this might be the hardest thing she says. Allow yourself to be weak. Because when you've survived by being the strong one, the warrior, the one who holds it all together, softening can feel dangerous, like dropping your guard is how you get hurt again. But she's telling you the war is ending, okay? And you don't have to keep fighting a battle that's already over. Being cared for is not the same as being weak. Letting someone carry you is not losing your strength. It's finally getting to set it down and rest, which you have earned 1,000 times over. And I want to speak to the fear underneath the armor, okay? Because there's a real reason you built it. If you locked your tenderness away, it's because tenderness got you hurt. You opened up once or many times, and someone used the opening to wound you. And so the logical, protective part of you concluded, never again, keep it locked, stay armored, don't let anyone that close. And that armor worked, okay, in the sense that it kept some pain out, but it also kept the good out. Because you can't selectively numb. The same wall that blocks the hurt blocks the love, the closeness, the being cared for that you actually long for underneath. And your grandmother is telling you it's safe to lower it now, okay? Not recklessly, not with just anyone, but she can see that either someone new is coming or something in an existing bond is about to shift in a way that lets you feel like a protected girl again, cared for, safe, held. And that's the thing the armor was always secretly trying to protect, not keep away. I see abundance in your future, not just survival, but sheer abundance. Money will begin to flow from sources you never even considered. It's as if a stream blocked by old stones has finally broken through. Your hands will become a magnet for well-being. The main thing is, don't be afraid to ask for more. Don't think you're unworthy. You are the heir to power. You are an extension of me, and I want you to live in luxury, joy, and peace. And I want to underline that, okay, don't think you're unworthy, because I suspect that's an old wound she's reaching straight into. A lot of people who've struggled quietly believe deep down that they don't deserve abundance, that good things are for other people, that asking for more is greedy or too much. And your grandmother is overturning that completely. Okay, she's saying you are the heir to power, an extension of her, of the whole line behind you. The abundance isn't something you have to earn by being worthy enough. It's your inheritance. And she wants you to reach for it with open, unashamed hands. And I want to name where that unworthiness usually comes from, okay? Because naming it helps loosen its grip. Most people who feel undeserving of abundance weren't born feeling that way. They were taught it. Somewhere along the line, they absorbed the idea that wanting more was selfish, that money was for other luckier people, that asking made you a burden, that you should be grateful for scraps and not reach for the feast. And those lessons run deep, okay? Deep enough that even when good things come, a part of you flinches, braces, waits for it to be taken back, or quietly sabotages it because on some level, you don't believe you're allowed to keep it. And your grandmother is speaking straight into that, okay? She's saying the unworthiness was never yours. It was handed to you, and you can hand it back. You are the heir to power. The abundance isn't charity you have to deserve. It's your birthright, flowing down the same line her blood flows down. And she wants you to receive it without 1 ounce of apology. Listen to me carefully. Stop looking back. There is nothing left in the past except the lessons you've already learned. Don't carry resentment toward your mother or those who hurt you on her side. I am here to heal that bond. I take your pain. I take your worries. I stand at your right shoulder and bless your every step. When you're afraid, just imagine me hugging you. Feel this warmth. That's me. And I want to be tender about this part, okay? Because the healing of the maternal bond is something a lot of people need and don't know how to reach. If there's been pain between you and your mother, or hurt from that side of the family, your grandmother is offering to stand in the middle of it, to hold the wound from the other side, to be the ancestor who finally breaks the chain of hurt instead of passing it down. And she's not asking you to force forgiveness, okay? Or to pretend it didn't hurt. She's just asking you to set the resentment down, not for their sake, but for yours. Because carrying it is one more heavy thing on shoulders that have carried enough. And I want to be careful and real about this, okay? Because family pain is delicate, and I don't want to hand you a tidy fix for something that isn't tidy. If there's been genuine hurt between you and your mother or from that side of your family, setting down resentment doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen, and it doesn't mean you owe anyone access who hasn't earned it back. What your grandmother is offering, okay, is something quieter and more for you. Resentment is a weight you carry on behalf of people who often aren't carrying anything at all. It sits in your body, in your sleep, in the way you brace around certain names and certain memories. And she's offering to help lift it, not so they get let off the hook, but so you get to put down something heavy that was never really yours to hold. And there's something powerful, okay, about an ancestor stepping in to do this, because the hurt in a family usually came from people who were themselves hurt by the people before them. And when a grandmother from the other side reaches in to heal it, she's reaching back through the whole chain, trying to stop the pain where it's been passing, so it doesn't reach your children too. In the coming days, pay attention to signs. I will send you clues. It could be a random remark from a passerby, a song you haven't heard in ages, or a bird landing on your windowsill. You will feel this special thrill inside. It will be my signal. Yes, darling, you are on the right path. Don't ignore your intuition. Your inner voice right now is my voice whispering the truth to you. And I love that she says that, okay, your inner voice is my voice, because it means the guidance you've been looking for outside yourself has been inside you the whole time. That gut feeling you keep talking yourself out of, that quiet knowing you dismiss as just you. She's telling you to start trusting it, because it's not just you. It's the whole line of women behind you speaking through your own intuition. And I want to give you something practical to do with the signs, okay? Because she's promising to send them, and it would be a shame to miss them. The thing about a sign is that it only works if you're paying attention in the ordinary moments. So in the coming days, okay, when a song you haven't heard in years comes on out of nowhere, don't just scroll past the feeling. Pause. When a stranger says something that lands a little too precisely, notice it. When a bird lands close, or the light hits your table in a way that gives you a small, inexplicable thrill, let yourself register that it might be her. And I know the skeptical part of the mind, okay, wants to call all of that coincidence, and maybe some of it is. But here's the thing, choosing to feel accompanied, choosing to read the world as something that's reaching toward you rather than ignoring you, changes how you move through your days. It softens the loneliness. It reminds you you're not doing this alone. And whether you call that spiritual or just a kinder way to live, it's a gift she's offering you. Soon, very important news will enter your home. It will concern either your family or your home, your personal space. It will bring you the sense of stability you've been so lacking. You will finally feel the ground beneath your feet. You will find your anchor, your place of power. And that phrase, the ground beneath your feet, okay, is such a specific promise for someone who's felt unsteady for a long time. Because when life has been uncertain, when you haven't known where you'd be or whether things would hold, you live in a kind of low, constant bracing. And she's promising that's ending, that a stability is coming solid enough to finally let you stand and stop bracing and build. I see you blossoming. Your beauty will now become something special, glowing from within. People will turn their heads as you pass, not understanding what has changed about you. What will change is that you will finally believe in your uniqueness. You will stop comparing yourself to others. You will understand that you are one of a kind, and that is your greatest magic. And I want you to catch what she just said there, okay? Because it's the real secret in it. The thing that will make people turn their heads isn't a new face or a new body. It's that you'll finally believe in yourself, and that belief radiates. Confidence changes a face more than anything external ever could. When you stop shrinking, stop comparing, stop apologizing for taking up space, something lights up in you that everyone can feel and no one can quite name. My daughter, my granddaughter, I'm so proud of you. I see all your little victories that no one knows about. I see how you choose kindness when you could respond with evil. I see how you find the strength to smile when everything inside is burning. Your kindness isn't a weakness. It's your greatest strength. And it's this strength that will now attract a miracle to you. And I want to sit with those little victories no one knows about, okay? Because I think you need to hear that they were seen. The times you held your tongue instead of firing back, the times you stayed kind to someone who didn't deserve it, the times you smiled through something that was quietly breaking you. Nobody clapped for those, okay? Nobody handed you an award for choosing goodness when bitterness would have been easier. But your grandmother saw every single one, and she's telling you they counted, they mattered, and they're the very thing drawing the miracle toward you now. Don't be afraid of change, even if it seems drastic. Sometimes an old house needs to crumble so that a beautiful palace can be built in its place. Everything that's leaving your life now is leaving at the right time. Let go with a light heart. Don't hold on to the rubble. A fullness of life awaits you that we could never have imagined back then. And that image of not holding on to the rubble, okay, is worth really taking in. Because when an old structure in your life falls, the instinct is to grab the pieces, to try to rebuild the exact thing that was crumbling, and she's gently telling you not to. The palace can't be built on top of the rubble of the old house. The ground has to be cleared first. And what feels like loss right now is actually the clearing. I want you to promise me one thing. Start pampering yourself. Stop putting life off. Buy that dress you've been dreaming of. Start drinking coffee from the most beautiful cup. Allow yourself to rest, even if it seems like you have so much to do. You are a woman. You are a source of energy. And if you are empty, you will have nothing to give the world. Fill yourself with joy, and I will make sure you always have the opportunity to do so. And I love that she asks for this as a promise, okay, not a suggestion. Because for someone who always puts themselves last, rest and joy start to feel like things you have to earn by finishing everything first. And the list is never finished. So she's making you promise to stop waiting. The beautiful cup isn't for a special occasion. You are the special occasion. The good dress isn't for someday. Someday is now. And I want to explain why this isn't as small as it sounds, okay? Because buy the dress and use the nice cup can sound almost trivial next to abundance and destiny and miracles. But it isn't trivial at all. It's the whole thing in miniature. Because how you treat yourself in the small daily moments, okay, is how you're teaching your own mind what you're worth. Every time you save the good thing for later, every time you make do with the chipped cup and put your own comfort last, you're quietly telling yourself you don't quite deserve the good version yet. And the mind believes what you repeatedly show it. So when your grandmother asks you to pamper yourself, okay, she's not being frivolous. She's asking you to start proving to yourself in small, daily, tangible ways that you are someone worth caring for. Because you can't fully receive a whole abundant life if you won't even let yourself have the beautiful cup. The small yes to yourself is practice for the big one. Your destiny is now like a vibrant canvas just beginning to be embroidered with golden threads. I see a journey. It may be short or long, but it will change your perception of the world. You will see new horizons and understand how vast the world is and how much room there is for your happiness. Remember, I am always near. I am in the sound of the wind, in a drop of rain, in a glint of sunlight on your table. I have never left you, and I never will. Our entire family is looking at you with hope and love. You are our pride. You are the one who will right all the wrongs of the past and create a new bright future for yourself and your children. And I want to name how much weight that carries, okay? You are the one who will right the wrongs of the past, because in every family line there are patterns of pain that get handed down, generation to generation, until one person finally does the work to break them. And your grandmother is telling you that you are that person. The cycle breaker, the one whose healing doesn't just change your life, but changes the inheritance you pass to everyone who comes after you. That's not a small thing. It's one of the most important things a person can ever be. And I want you to feel the weight and the honor of that, okay? Because being the cycle breaker is lonely work, and it often goes unthanked. You're the one who feels the old pain and decides, it stops with me. I will not pass this down. I will do the harder thing and heal it instead of handing it forward. And nobody hands out medals for that. Okay, because the people who come after you will never know what you spared them. Your children or the people you love will grow up without the wound you spent your life healing, and they'll never feel its absence because you made sure they never felt its presence. But your grandmother knows, okay? The whole line behind you knows, and that's who's standing with you right now. The ones who couldn't break it in their time, watching you do the thing they didn't get to do, and loving you with everything they have for doing it. The tears in my eyes are tears of relief. I know you can do this. I know the worst is behind you. Your time of triumph is beginning. Just believe. Just move forward with your head held high. You are the queen of your life, and your kingdom awaits you. I hug you tightly across time and space. Feel this surge of strength right now. This is my love pouring into you, giving you the energy for great things. Go and shine, my sunshine. The world has been waiting for your light. Everything will be even better than you can imagine. I love you endlessly, Your time has come. And before I let this reading close, I want to gather up what she came to say. Okay, the first, your pain was preparation, not punishment. Every cold day, every betrayal, it wasn't proof that life is against you. It was the forging of someone strong enough to hold what's coming. And what's coming is the good part. The second, you're allowed to put the armor down. You've been the warrior for so long that softening feels dangerous, but the war is ending. You get to be cared for now. You get to be carried. That's not weakness. It's rest you earned 1,000 times over. The third, you are the one who breaks the cycle. The abundance, the love, the stability, they're your inheritance, not a reward for being worthy enough. And your healing rights the wrongs of the whole line behind you and blesses everyone who comes after. Don't think you're unworthy of any of it. You are the heir to power. And I want to answer why this message reached you now, okay, with this much force. Because you've been crying those private tears, asking fate why, and when it would get easier, wondering if anyone saw how hard you were trying. And someone did. Okay, someone who loves you beyond time saw every night of it and couldn't stay silent one more day without telling you the worst is behind you. And she wants you to hold on to this, okay? The wheels of fortune are turning. The closed doors are becoming open gates. Recognition is coming in your work. Abundance from sources you never considered, love that lets you feel protected again, stability that gives you ground to stand on, and a belief in your own uniqueness that will make you glow from within. So let me lay this all out one final time, okay, slowly, so it actually settles. Your grandmother on your mother's side came through today because she couldn't stay silent watching you suffer. When she can see what's about to arrive. Everything you've been through was preparation. The darkness is lifting, and recognition, abundance, love, and stability are all turning toward you now. And your kindness, the heart that never hardened, the little victories no one saw, are the exact things drawing the miracle in. And all she asks is that you set down the armor, set down the resentment, start pampering yourself, trust your intuition, and move forward with your head held high. One message. You were never as alone as you felt. She never left. And your time has finally come. If this reached you, loves, comment below. I feel you, Grandma, and let her know it landed. I genuinely read every comment. Okay, even the ones I can't always reply to individually. Your story becomes part of the reason this reading keeps finding the next person who needs it too. Like this reading, and make sure that you're subscribed. And I'll see you in the next one. Wherever you're watching this from, okay, I want you to actually feel this settle in before you go. You have carried so much, okay, for so long, mostly alone. Mostly in the dark, mostly without anyone saying they saw how heavy it was. And today someone did. Okay, someone whose love for you outlasted her own life reached across everything to tell you that the weight is about to lift, that the softness you kept through all of it was never foolish, and that the good part has your name on it. So let yourself believe her, okay? Just for tonight. Let yourself believe that the worst really is behind you, that you really are the treasure of your line, and that everything ahead is going to be even better than you can imagine. Go and shine, okay? The world really has been waiting for your light. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.